Baltimore, Maryland. Time for some spring cleaning.
I mean, what a gorgeous spring day in one of our nicest parks in Midtown.
The city's getting some extra love now that schedules aren't a mess. People are pitching in to pick up trash.
I think people in general are wanting to give back at the same time that they have a little extra free time, and this is one of the few remaining things that they're allowed to do, is to be out in a park.
And while the results are great for the city and the environment, volunteering can also clear your mind.
If we have the ability to get outside, and especially during this time of year, it's so beautiful out, to really enjoy the spaces we have at a safe distance, and why not enhance the beauty of our surroundings?
Great job, Baltimore. Spring cleaning for the city and the soul. Now that's good to know.
It makes me feel like everything I do is worth it.
I just walked out in just tears. You know, it was one of the nicest things that anybody has ever done.
Find something bigger than yourself and bring everyone else hope. It made it so much more important. It's very easy to stop. The trick is find that mental strength to keep going. Hey everyone, I'm Lindsay Boach. This is Good to Know, a half an hour of incredibly inspiring stories spreading positivity from all across the country. A great reminder that there is still some positivity out there. We've got a lot of great stories for you. They're going to put a lot of smiles on your faces, and we're going to start with a police officer in Ohio who's doing just that. Like clockwork.
What's up, brother?
Hey, Jim. Good to see you. How are you today?
A hot meal delivered right to the door.
It's varied and it's very good and tasty. I mean, they do an excellent job.
Officer Jim Carbone, along with Meals on Wheels, is delivering lunch and dinner daily to senior citizens stuck inside during the pandemic.
Have a good day. You're meeting people who are strangers, and now, you're developed some great friendships.
Very helpful. Especially being alone,
But it's not meals these folks look forward to most.
He'd come and say hi to all the old ladies. They all look forward to seeing Jimmy.
More importantly,
there he is.
The promise of friendly conversation.
Oh, it means a lot. Because you don't get out anymore. You can't even go to church.
George Williamson is always standing by, knowing Officer Carbone will be there soon to greet him with a smile.
Oh, you don't have the friendship that you had before. Everybody is staying in the house.
Mary Fain was surprised when she opened the door to a uniformed officer.
I thought, well, I know I'm not in trouble. It's a policeman, but I know I'm not in trouble.
Now she considers him family.
I know a girl, a pretty little girl. She comes from Italy.
He wants me to dance with him, but I can't do that.
And the meals and music continue at Nancy Storch's house.
This is my guy. Go ahead, girl.
You ready? When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's amore.
Last but not least on Officer Carbone's daily route, a former mentor.
Well, we work together for the sheriff.
Frank Gahn is 99 and says visits from familiar faces are few and far between.
I had a lot of different partners. You know where they're at? Holy Cross. I ain't got nobody I know no more.
These deliveries feeding the heart and soul.
You'll see me tomorrow.
Oh, that's right.
I'm not going to let you go hungry now.
Day 22, quarantine.
Jason Patton has been a Riviera Beach firefighter paramedic for a dozen years.
I tried out a new hazmat suit last night.
He's also known for his YouTube series Fire Department Chronicles, but a few years ago, he and a buddy started a coffee company called Fire Department Coffee.
He was like, let's build some great high-quality coffee for the people who need it the most, and we started doing it, and it's been successful and incredible ever since.
Fire Department Coffee wanted to give back to first responders. We're talking about firefighters, police officers, and folks who work in hospitals all across the country.
Banyan treatment centers contacted us and they said, hey, let's partner together and send 300 pounds of coffee in 6-pound bags to 50 different locations. So we went online, we asked people to tell us who they wanted to get the coffee, and we sent it out.
They sent to several fire stations in New Jersey, fire stations in Texas, and police stations in Utah. Got some with a couple of hospitals in Central Florida also.
We got a few messages on Instagram and Facebook, people sending us pictures, and it's always cool to get those responses. They're not necessary, but we always love to see the smiles on first responders' faces.
Jason says even though he's a first responder, he's aware so many people are going through this pandemic harder than he is. He just wanted to let them know he's thankful for their efforts in a time of need.
A Virginia restaurant is dishing up quite a surprise for its takeout customers, and it comes straight from the heart.
We had no idea that this thing was going to turn into something that it has.
In the heart of Charles City County sits Cull's Courthouse Grill.
My mom had the brilliant idea to turn this into a little restaurant and serve the community. And we've been doing that for 11 years, and it's been the ride of a lifetime.
Cullen Jenkins owns the place. He says his family is proud to serve the community.
We hang our hats on customer service.
But the governor's stay-at-home order forced the father of 4 and his team to change the way they serve customers. Now, it's only takeout or delivery.
I called my wife immediately, and she expressed concern along with my children.
Cullen says when he got home after making that call, he discovered his children had created something to bring light back into the business.
And my wife said they came up with the idea to make little cards to say thank you, and they want to put one in every to-go bag for the folks that come up and support us through this time.
You want me to cut the stickers?
Cullen says they started off with just a handful, and now they've made over 100 cards.
Actually, a friend of mine called me and said that they've got 3 on their refrigerator.
And the kids have no plans to slow down.
They're probably doing about 50 a day now.
We just have fun doing it for Dad.
It's just been incredible. The support of the community, has always been there for us, and we've been there for them. The cards has just made things pretty clear of how we're all in this together.
A family-run Domino's in Ohio is cooking up acts of kindness. They're donating pies to frontline workers.
Being a part of the community is that we serve their needs.
The couple has experience. They've tossed, topped, and turned out more than 2 million pizzas over the past 35 years. And the community they feed is rising up to help out as well.
We've had $260 donated from community members to help continue feeding the need.
That means more free slices and hopefully a lot more smiles.
They're not rolling in the dough alone. Snappy Tomato franchises around the tri-state are making sure their pizza,
pepperoni, sausage, and onions,
serves a kind purpose. It all started when someone at one of their locations saw a report about an organization having a tough time in this pandemic.
He sent me an article about the Girl Scouts struggling. I sent it out to the franchise group, asked what they thought about it, could not wait to help.
It is so awesome, their purchase of 2,400 boxes of cookies.
At $4 a box, that's a big deal, especially when the inventory was just sitting there. You see, the coronavirus took a bite out of cookie sales.
Our girls were about 2 weeks from finishing their cookie sale program, and so they had to cut that short.
That meant money for programs and projects, but a cookie relief push to find partners in the sweet treat sales is making a difference. Here's how it works with Snappy Tomato. Order $25 or more worth of food before tax and tip, and you get one of those boxes the pizza maker bought.
We're just trying to pay it forward where we can.
So, Andy, is that the overriding lesson here, that you have to help each other out?
Oh, I most certainly think so.
The Girl Scouts of Kentucky's Wilderness Road are thankful they said it in this card and in this interview.
Thank you. Yeah, huge thank you.
Teachers are always trying to find a way to keep their kids engaged. And this teacher in Ohio is really nailing it, giving her students an opportunity to give their creativity an outlet.
Just steps from the historic Medina Square, on a gloomy day in the midst of a pandemic, an act of kindness aimed at making the world a little brighter. Inside this eye-catching box, the tools needed to do just that.
We go on a lot of walks around town because we know we're super close to the square, and I just thought for a second, like, what's something else that we can put in there? And, you know, being an art teacher, I was like, art supplies, why not?
The elementary school art teacher giving kids the chance to be creative. Now that classes have moved from the classroom into a virtual setting, some children don't have the tools needed to finish the art lessons Chancey Witter assigned. So if she can help brighten the day of even one of her 400 students, that's a masterpiece. Her message, take what you need. Others are asked to leave what they can.
You can leave them on my front door. It's up to you. All supplies, if they don't fit into the box, I'll keep in my garage, and then when I run out, I'll restock.
Making the world more colorful by helping one child at a time put pencil to paper and create.
It gives the kids a creative chance. It gives them that there's no wrong in doing art. You can make your mark however you want.
Just like this art teacher is leaving her mark on the children.
We wanted them to know that we were here and that we missed them.
Freedom Shores elementary teachers made this video to share their love and inspire their students beyond Google Classroom.
I don't think any of us thought, you know, when the announcement was made that we were closing schools, that it was going to be this.
Fourth grade teacher Mrs. Jen Karvosky says what she looks forward to the most is seeing her students in a live meeting every morning.
And that's where we're making our connections with them, and honestly, it was their favorite part of the day in school.
While some think teaching from home would be easier.
Almost done with your science, right?
Yeah. She's a mom to a 3rd and 7th grader who also need help with their schoolwork.
We're putting in really long hours, which I don't think any of us expected going into this. And I feel like, you know, there are some days that my kids get me more than others.
Assistant Principal Kimberly Rogers knows the feeling with a kindergartner at home.
Well, I have to tell you, I can't count how many times I've seen people post on Facebook, parents, about like, oh, you know, I'm already handing out detentions in my home, like we're doing this, we're doing that, because they really appreciate what you all do. I think now they really see what you all do on a day-to-day basis.
You know, it's been a long time that I've been out of the classroom, and I never had such an appreciation for teachers, obviously, but I mean, he is giving me a run for my money.
Mrs. Karvosky never expected to be away from her classroom this long.
Some of the teachers, we went in to pick up materials that we would need to teach from home, and most of us were crying to see our classrooms empty, beautifully clean, but know that we probably wouldn't be back in there with the same kids.
Making the best of a difficult situation, we can agree they are essential and very special.
What inspires you?
Well, I mean, I know that how much they need us right now. We all need each other right now.
Now for a big thanks from some little guys in Florida.
7-year-old Ailey showing her gratitude for nurses during the COVID-19 pandemic.
Thank you for risking your lives to save others. I know how you're working long hours away from your families. You are heroes. I'm thinking about you. Stay safe.
Virtual learning has been quite the adjustment, but for now, they are just focusing on the basics.
We talk about the golden rule every day. We talk about kindness. We talk about how to be a better person.
Miss Monrad says her best friend, a professor at West Virginia University, came up with the concept to bring the Let's Go Gratitude campaign to the classroom, teaching young children about first responders.
It's a good experience for them to learn about the professions and show their gratitude.
So far, they are learning about doctors, nurses, social workers, and even engineers, and then writing thank you letters.
What are you thanking them for? What are they doing every day?
Saving lives.
And it didn't stop there. Each activity is partnered with an experiment. Julia learning just how important it is to wash your hands, especially during this pandemic.
It showed me that germs don't really like soap.
Making learning fun is really what it's all about.
1, 2, 3.
Let's go gratitude.
All right, we're going to take just a little break, and while we're gone, I want you to get up, get some tissue. You're definitely going to need them for this next story. A mom reunited with her newborn child after she survived coronavirus. There's more that's good to know.